but you will remember me. Remember me for centuries.
The Idaho Falls Tigers held Blackfoot to just 1 point in the third quarter of their opening night victory over the Broncos Wednesday. But tonight, the Tigers had to go to Rigby. The Trojans looking to bounce back from their opening night loss at Hillcrest. Rigby up by 4 to start the third, but Tigers, they're going to cut into it. Sawyer storms the catch and shoot for 3. Idaho Falls trails 33-32. Now check out Garrett Brolum, the hustle on the rebound. He spins and gets the putback to drop in there. Trojans go ahead 38-32. Then Nick Houston, he's going to pull up from downtown for the deep three. His shot from he really did shoot that one from Roberts. Rigby on an 8-0 lead to 8-0 run to lead by 9. Tigers fighting back into it. Connor Kamek from the corner. That's a long two, but it goes. Rigby just not stopping though. Jay Smith drives, splits the defense like it's hockey, and connects on the layup. Trojans took a 48-39 lead. Rigby picks up win number 1 tonight, 79-61 over Idaho Falls. High school basketball just getting started. Hopefully the action heats up as we head toward Rexburg winter. To Rigby we go. Trojans hosting the Century Diamondbacks. Both teams come in at 500 on the year. Hayden Landing facing some heat, and he's going to find Nick Houston for 2 off the backboard. Trojans lead by 1. And Houston bringing it back. He's going to go to Landon, back to Houston. That's a give and go. Another 2 points and the foul. And Chase Rowe with a pass out to Grant Folger from the outside. That's a 3. Century trails by 1 in the 4th. Now Landon, another pass over to Houston. Out of nowhere, Braden Boyce has a clear path for an easy 2. And then it's Landon finding Jay Smith. Smith over to Houston. That's a 3. Rigby leads by 6. And I believe Rigby went on to win. No final reported just yet. Let's go to visiting the Rigby Trojans on the boys basketball court. Brothers Tyler from Preston and Justin for Rigby. The coaches in this one tied at the half, but Rigby went on a 10-0 run. Hayden Landon to Tyrell Phillips. That's a 3. Trojans up 25-15, and they make that a 12-0 run. Right here, watch the ball movement. Braden Boyce capitalizes. Rigby up by 12 halfway through the third. Preston cuts it to 4 in the 4th. R.J. Harris pulls the trigger for 3. Top-ranked Preston trails 30-25. Rigby too much though. Jay Smith dropping the dropping the layup there off the pass. Trojans win tonight 44-36 to create a tie at the top of the 4A standings. Welcome into another Friday night edition of Sportsline. This is Idaho's top-rated sports show. I'm Jeff Landers. Chris Rankel will join us in just a few minutes. He's got a pair of rivalries out of District 5 for us. But first, the Rigby Trojans traveled across the Lorenzo Bridge to face their biggest rival. The Madison Bobcats hosting Rigby tonight. Trojans won this rivalry earlier this year in Jefferson County. First quarter action. Check out the pick and roll going old school, Stockton to Malone style. Hayden Landon to Nick Houston, and the Trojans have a 1-point lead. Back come the Bobcats. Mitchell Skinner into the paint. Turnaround jumper. That goes, and that's pretty. Madison takes the lead back 13-12. From there, the Cats went on a run in the second. Riley Pierce, the strong move inside off the inbounds play, got the foul called. Madison leads by 10. Later, Rigby trying to hang with it in transition. Hayden Landon drops a dime to Tyrell Phillips. The layup goes, but Rigby, they're trailing by 12. And right back come the Bobcats looking for more. Josh Crane to Justin Ball. The 3 from the wing goes. Madison wins this one to avenge their loss to Rigby on the road earlier this year, 63-53, the final. Top play, now, number 3, we go to Rexburg, but it's Rigby's Hayden Landon. The crossover drive into traffic, flicks it up there, manages to get the friendly roll. Now that's top play number 3. The championship game with a victory, Tyrell Phillips with a 3-pointer right there. Nick Houston going inside the spin move. That goes. Rigby defeats Blackfoot tonight, 73-41 the final score, and they won't play again until next Tuesday. They await their opponent. Okay, so now we go to Rigby again. That's the highlight we just saw. So let's go to the scores. In the first game, Madison did beat Bonneville tonight. Let's go to Rigby. The Trojans hosting Preston for the 4A District Championship. Third quarter action type ball game. Braden Parker inside the soft touch. Freshman was big all game for the Indians. 16 points for him. They trail by 2. Then if Hayden Landon had a dime for every assist this season, well, Here's another one into the bank. Bailey Page gets the bucket and the foul. Trojans by 4 after the third. In the fourth, it's Nick Houston fighting his way into the paint. He had 17 on the night. Trojans up 50-48. Rigby made 7 of 10 foul shots with under a minute left. And Austin Smelly's 3 just before the buzzer, not going to be enough. Rigby wins 57-56 to take home the district title and a spot in the 4A state tournament.
Burley,
Preston will now play.
Boys trying not to end how the Trojan girls ended with losing on the last second shot. How about Tyrell Phillips finding Nick Houston wide open underneath the basket. Then on the other end for Burley, Mario Del Bosque pulling up from the three-point land, and he splashes that one down. But then on the other end, deja vu as Tyrell Phillips finds Nick Houston from the elbow. That jumper is good. Houston would get an assist on this next play as he finds Connor Geisler for a mid-range jumper himself at the top of the key. Rigby moves on to the next round to face Mountain Home. Their winners 56-46.
Written off for
The
most of the season. Everyone's eyes were down in Pocatello watching Century and then even further south at Preston. But how easily we forget that Rigby won back-to-back titles as soon as 2012 and 2013. So the Trojans now 1 win away from going back to the state tournament, or the state title game. They believe they stood up against Mountain Home. Hayden Landon kicks it off to Tyrell Phillips. 3-ball from the corner is good. Rigby out to an early lead. Jace Smith, he's going to find Hayden Landon from the top of the key. 3-ball and the foul. Rigby, it cuts down to the very end, but the Trojans, they win. They march on 39-33. They're headed to the state finals.
To think that we could come this far is a testament to the kind of character that these kids have and how coachable they were, how hard they worked all year long.
Up another level to 4A with the Rigby Trojans taking on Bishop Kelly, as we're supposed to have those highlights. There we go. The Trojan fans out there in full force as they are excited. Here we go. Hayden Landon begins the championship by driving in for the layup, draws the foul and one. That's a 3-point play. Rigby looking good early on, but then the Knights battle back. Bronson King going up for 3 from outside, splash down. This one was all tied up, but wait, Nick Houston answers from outside. A 3-ball, he drains it, and the Trojans keeping the lead in the second quarter. Then Tyler Allenbaugh gets a steal, an easy bucket. Bishop Kelly closing the huge gap in the title race, but then the Trojans, they just want it more. Garrett Brolum drives in, dumps it underneath to Braden Boyce, and the Trojans were 12 and 17 in free throws. That's what wins championships from the charity stripe. That gives them the championship title. Rigby takes the 4A crown 54-48.
We went through almost anything possible that you can throw at us. With the foul trouble, the turnovers, the momentum swing, and we weathered it. We kept our composure. The panic button was very close, but nobody went over and hit the panic button. And we came together, and it was good for our team to really dig down and fight and finish it.
So Rigby won, and then one more.
How about
the
a
Highland
dunk
Rams looking to
contest? The District 6 All-Star Game. Highland, Stefan Gonzalez on hand to watch this one. We start with the small schools. This is Chalice's Brandon Hamilton. That's impressive, especially for those 1A schools to have a kid that can dunk. He got a 21 on that score. Then 6'7" Con Bauer, our athlete of the week. Reverse slam. He's done that in games. A perfect score of 30 for him. Now, how about Rigby's Nick Houston doing his greatest Clark Kent impression, the dunk. No problem for Houston, but yeah, he's neither Bird nor Plain, just 21 points. Then Hillcrest Coleman Johnson up and over another human being. Maybe he should be wearing the cape. A perfect 30 for him, but in the end, it's Bonneville's Telly Davenport taking home in the final round. The reverse off the backboard. That is pretty. But he still hasn't chosen which school he's going to go play basketball at. Scott Adams. Okay, leave the refs alone, giving him a hard time as usual. This is the South versus North. Connor Kamek pushing ahead to Telly Davenport. The flush in transition. South out to a 4-point lead. Now North coming right back to take the lead. Braden Adams, no, but first teammate Dallin Bingham will pick up a rebound and 2 points on one swift motion. And check out the dish by Brandon Hamilton. Great pass for the dunk by Con Bauer. That's the first dunk in a game all season I've gotten Con on camera. Now Skyline's Mason Baker takes it straight down West Broadway. South, the dark team wins at 124-119. All right, that's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back. missed the playoffs a year ago, but this year the Trojans had the chance to win their 10th title in school history. Trojans are 2 for 2 in title games under head coach Justin Jones. The chance to make it 3 for 3. First half started great for the Trojans. Brayton Boyce puts home the rebound off Nick Houston's shot. 9 rebounds on the game for Boyce. The Trojans extend their lead. Hayden Landon down the lane, draws the foul. He was a perfect 4 for 4 from the floor. And then more from Landon, down the lane again, off the backboard. Rigby held a 22-2 lead in the second quarter. But the Knights methodically chipped away at that deficit. Connor Charles off the inbounds, his only 2 points on the night. Max Rice, he's going to connect from 3 from the corner. Bishop Kelly put up 18 points to close that deficit to just 7 at the half. In the second half, Knights close the gap even more. Michael Martinez draws the foul, gets it to go. Knights down by just 3 going into the fourth. In the final stanza, Tyrell Phillips dishes to Boyce. That'll break a 42-all tie. Trojans by 2. And Rigby connected on 13 of its 14 free throws in the second half. Fundamentals, kids. Landon was 7 of 9 from the stripe. Then, after Phillips connects on his foul shot, watch this. Landon, the defensive play like this, diving to steal the ball on the inbounds. That helps preserve the lead. Rigby wins 54-48 over Bishop Kelly. Trojans have won 3 of the last 4A state championships, and it's their 10th in school history.
Credit to Bishop Kelly for their fight. We went through almost anything possible that you can throw at us. With the foul trouble, the turnovers, the momentum swing, and we weathered it. We kept our composure. The panic button was very close, but nobody went over and hit the panic button.
There's no words, man. It's just, it's special. We got a great program. We got a great coach. We did it for Coach Jones. We did it for Rigby. We did it for each other. It's special, man.
Mental toughness, throughout the year, again, we've had these things, district championship, a lot of the games have been close, even the 2 before this game at the state tournament. We've had a lot of close games, and we just pride ourselves on defense and hit some clutch free throws there at the end and weather through the storm.
That was Rigby's 10th state championship in school history. It ties Idaho Falls and Pocatello for the most titles among schools here in eastern Idaho. Now coming up here on Sportsline, the Firth Cougars